Hi guys, back again with another exercise video. Today we're going to be talking about deadlifts. Don't think you can see that properly. Yep, talking about deadlifts for golf. They're great, they work on your glutes, your low back, your hamstrings, a bit of quads, a lot of core, basically everything that you want in your golf swing. We're going to go through the basic deadlift today, go through some techniques to brace the core, best ways to pull for heavy lifting. For golf I don't usually like to go super heavy. You want to go maybe max of 5 reps, and I probably would say you want to stop with at least 2 reps in the tank. So it's going to be near max, but you're never going to be testing yourself. You can just build your strength instead of test your strength. We're going to get in and try some deadlifts now, talk through some technique, get you lifting some heavy weights. Hi guys, got the camera a little bit lower now so you can see what's really going on in the deadlift. Just going to talk you through some of the main points, some of the technique, bracing the core, things like that. So we'll get into that now. First thing you want to do is make sure you get your feet position right. Some people like to deadlift with a really narrow stance. Some people like it a bit wider. You kind of need to work it out yourself. I usually try and go just outside the hips, just inside the shoulders. That's a pretty comfortable stance for me, but you can have it play around. When you sit up to the bar, you want the bar to be cutting through the centre of your foot. So literally through the middle of your foot here. That's usually going to be in a pretty good spot to pull from. So you set up your feet, bars dissecting them through the middle, we're good to go. The first thing you need to do is learn how to brace your core. A lot of people think you just tense it. What you actually have to do is take a big breath in, push it down into your diaphragm, right into your stomach, and then push it out into your abs. I usually do that before I even bend to the bar. You just take a deep breath in, push it down, push it out into your abs, then tense your abs, hold it there. That's going to brace all the way around your back. It's almost like you're wearing a lifting belt. That's what they're actually for, the belts. They're going to be a little bit loose and you push into them. So if you use a belt, that's how you actually are supposed to use it, but I prefer not to unless I'm going for an absolute one rep max. So we set up with the bar in the right place. We're going to take a nice deep breath in and brace our core, and then we're going to go down to the bar. I usually go for a mixed grip, which means one hand is overhand, one hand is underhand. When I'm warming up and they're light, I'll just do them both overhand. Whichever one you prefer. Some people like to mix it up, so if they're doing a few sets, they'll do one set that way, one set that way, and carry on. Personal preference, whatever you prefer. I used to do it with my right hand under, and for some reason that started feeling weird, so I just switched up, and it doesn't. People think it might bring imbalances, but to be honest, you'd have to do a hell of a lot of reps, and with a deadlift you're not doing a super amount, so don't worry about that. So you're going to grab it with an underhand grip on one side and overhand on the other. Oh yeah, the reason you do that is because if you hold it overhand and you get really, really heavy, the bar wants to just roll out of your hands, whereas if you've got it one hand under, one hand over, there's nowhere for it to go, so you're good. So yeah, we're going to take a deep breath, brace our core, bend over, grab the bar. The reason you place the bar where it is on your feet is because ideally your shins will be touching the bar at the bottom position. That's where you want to start from. You want the deadlift to start from your shins and you almost drag it up your legs as you go. I'm going to do one now and then I'll talk you through some more. So we're going to set up nicely. I keep rolling around for some reason. Anyway, we're going to set up with our feet just outside the hips, and that stops. Nice deep breath, brace my core, grab the bar. Right, from the bottom position we just got to, so we've grabbed the bar, we've braced our core, shins are touching. We want to get a nice neutral back, as straight as possible. You don't want to really stick your bum out, you just want to have a nice neutral back. You definitely don't want to round your back. That's how you get injured. So nice neutral, straight back, bar touching the shins. Like I said, you almost want to drag it up your legs. You actually should. That's why I wear my trousers on this one, because you drag it up your shin, and when you get the knurling on your shin with your shorts on, it's not that nice. So you're going to feel like you almost pull it backwards into you, drag it up your body. I'll do another one. This is just light, so I'd only warm up on this so I can show you easily without knackering myself out. So we've set up to the bar properly now. We've managed to brace our core, got a good grip, good bar position, shins are touching. We know we want to pull it up our body, kind of pull the bar into us. Now the main technique flaw or error that people usually somehow find is they'll get set up, they'll drop their hips really low, and then the first thing you do is like that. Their hips will just shoot up. The deadlift, like how we're doing it, the conventional deadlift, isn't really for the front of your legs. So you don't want to squat down as far as you can. You want to get in a good position to pull using your glutes and your hamstrings and your low back. That's what this is for. And it's a very safe way of training those muscle groups. People like to say that deadlift's bad for you, but if you do it properly, it's one of the best lifts you can do. So what we want to do to avoid that common error is to set up with our hips up in the air already. Not right up in the air with your legs straight, that's a stiff leg deadlift, whole different lift. You want to just get a nice position where you feel like you're going to use your glutes well, your hamstrings and your low back, and you're not squatting down too far, making the lift far more tricky. So we're going to keep our hips up, definitely not above your shoulder line. If you imagine there's a straight line, drop them to just below your shoulders, and then pull the bar into your legs. You almost feel like you're pulling the bar backwards, so you're going to pull the bar backwards into you, and simple as that. One other thing you can do for the deadlift to make it, it's almost like a key to think about in the lift, is to feel like you're trying to thrust into the bar. That's going to get you, well, look what happens when I thrust. It stands me right up, and that's basically a deadlift. So if you pitch that in your mind, that's your one kind of your thought for the lift, is to really thrust your hips forwards, squeezing those glutes. That's going to help you get the right form and hopefully lift some pretty good heavy weight. So I'll do one more for you. Brace my core, good grip, nice position on the feet, shins touching the bar, hips are a good position, not too high, not too low. I'm going to pull the bar back into me. I'm going to feel like my hips thrust forward. Powerfully. This is also going to be really good for your grip as well. When you start getting heavy and you're holding on to that weight, sometimes I like to hold it at the top for a couple of seconds before I drop it down, and that's always going to help you with your grip. One other thing, when you're lifting, this is a lightweight that I warm up, so when you're lifting heavy, you don't really want to be going super slow back down. You want to be controlled, you don't want to just drop the weight, but equally you don't want to be kind of fidgeting down slowly. I've got a rubber mat. In most gyms they've got a platform, rubber weights, so you don't need to be controlling the whole way down. Sometimes you get injured there more than the actual lift. So I like to lift it, I'll usually hold it for a couple of seconds, and then you just reverse the move, but don't worry about controlling the whole thing. That was the most noise you're going to make, it's not going to be a problem. So that was the deadlift. We went through the main points there. I'll throw up a checklist after this so you can just double check the points we went through. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it a like, leave a comment below what you thought about this video, any other exercises you want me to go through. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new videos that I make on new exercises that are going to help your golf game. Also, you can check out methodfitnessapparel.co.uk. Got some great fitness clothing there. There'll be a link below. Yeah, so stay tuned for some new videos. See you later.